From Scarlett Johansson's desire to end Natasha Romanoff's chapter once and for all, to Gwyneth Paltrow accepting that she's too old to wear her Iron Woman suit, it looks like some MCU actors have truly said goodbye to that world. Let's take a look at why these actors never want to return to the glamour the Marvel Cinematic Universe has to offer. Scarlett Johansson has gracefully accepted that it's the end of Natasha Romanoff. The talented actress who brought the character of Black Widow to life in the MCU has officially announced that her time as the iconic superhero has come to an end. After appearing in 7 MCU movies, including her own standalone film, Johansson says that she's ready to move on to new things. In a recent interview on the Goop podcast, Johansson discussed her decision to leave the MCU. While she admitted that getting to play a character over and over again was a fun and special experience, she had to let it go. She went on to say that she felt like she had done everything she could with the character of Black Widow, and that it was time to say goodbye. She told fans, "I'm done. Chapter is over. I did all that I had to do." Johansson first joined the MCU in 2010's Iron Man 2. She quickly became a fan favorite, with audiences loving her no-nonsense approach to fighting evil. However, after more than a decade of playing the same character, Johansson is ready for a new challenge and a chance to explore different roles. Of course, the controversy surrounding the release of Black Widow on Disney Plus also played a role in Johansson's decision. While the lawsuit was eventually settled, it no doubt left a sour taste in Johansson's mouth and may have contributed to her decision to leave the MCU. But for her fellow former leading lady of the MCU, the decision was entirely different and simple. Gwyneth Paltrow just doesn't see herself as Pepper Potts anymore. Well, folks, it looks like Pepper Potts won't be donning her Iron Man suit again anytime soon. Gwyneth Paltrow also explained on the Goop podcast why she decided it was time to move on. She shared the screen with Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark for over a decade, and even though she didn't meet a grisly end like some of her colleagues, she's ready to close the book on that chapter of her career. Paltrow agreed that it was a wonderful experience to see how much the character had grown with the fans. She claimed she didn't think it would be such a prominent character when she first joined the MCU, but she also joked that she doesn't think the Iron Man suit would even fit her anymore. But fear not, Marvel fans, because Scarlett Johansson thinks Pepper Potts might make a comeback. Paltrow's response? Well, she agreed that age is just a number, so we might see a 64-year-old Pepper Potts. And for that, Paltrow will be on board. Johansson further agreed with that idea and insisted that the MCU would never let her go. She added that it's best for her to break out that wig. So there you have it, folks. 2 of the first ladies of the MCU have said their goodbyes for now. But with the multiverse now in play, anything is possible, right? Maybe we'll even get a 64-year-old Pepper Potts saving the day in a future Marvel movie. We'll just have to wait and see. And while the 2 were taking a trip down memory lane, they had plenty of other things to discuss as well. They finally addressed the rumors about the feud on Iron Man 2's set. Oh boy, it's always fun to hear about the behind-the-scenes drama of making movies, especially when it comes to our favorite superheroes. While Scarlett and Gwyneth were talking about their Marvel past, the topic of rumors about their supposed feud came up. But hold your horses, because according to Johansson, the rumors are just that, rumors. In fact, Paltrow was so nice to her on the set of Iron Man 2 that she was actually petrified. Who would have thought that Pepper Potts could be such a sweetheart? And speaking of Pepper Potts, Paltrow was the OG lady of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, having kicked off the franchise with her role in Iron Man back in 2008. Johansson didn't join until 2 years later in Iron Man 2, though it seems like she had a blast working with the cast, even though it was a bit of a sausage fest. Having another woman on set was a big deal for Paltrow at the time, and she was psyched to have Johansson around. Johansson definitely felt the love, especially when she went on to work on Avengers and found herself as one of the few women on set. All in all, it sounds like Paltrow and Johansson had a great time making Marvel movies. But how did the internet react to the news of Black Widow claiming that she wouldn't return to the MCU stage again?
At the same time, it had this huge, explosive fan reaction. And
well, they weren't too happy about it. As always, fans exploded with tears on Twitter. Many fans were quick to express their disappointment and frustration on social media, with some even calling for a boycott of Johansson's movies. But before we all go Hulk smashing our TVs, it's important to remember that actors are entitled to their own opinions and choices about their characters. And let's not forget that Marvel has a long history of bringing back supposedly dead characters. So who knows what the future holds? And while the two MCU ladies reminisced about their Iron Man 2 days, they also discussed other aspects of their lives in the spotlight. ScarJo admitted that unlike her Avenger co-stars, she didn't want to have a social media presence. Yep, you heard that right. While most of us can't get enough of scrolling through our Instagram feeds, Scarlett prefers to keep a safe distance from the digital world. Recently, on the Goop podcast, Scarlett shared the reason why she's not on social media, and it all comes down to one thing: her sensitivity. When asked about her absence from Instagram, the Black Widow star revealed that she had to protect herself from the harsh world of social media as it makes her too anxious. She explained that she just felt that it wasn't her, but she didn't stop there. Scarlett went on to explain how her ego is too fragile to handle the pressures of social media.
Hey fellas, either one of you know where the Smithsonian is? I'm here to pick up a fossil.
After using Instagram for just 3 days, she quickly realized how it was feeding her unnecessary information and wasting her time. She claimed that spending 17 minutes on someone's Instagram was an unhealthy obsession that she needed to get out of. She even confessed that she felt bad for missing out on random people's lives, and that she couldn't keep up with the pressure of constantly staying connected to the world. Despite her fragile ego, Scarlett revealed that she does enjoy creating content for TikTok, especially for her skincare brand, The Outset. So while she may not be on Instagram, you can still catch her on TikTok, where she's giving us all the skincare tips we never knew we needed. And with all these memories surfacing about Scarlett's golden days as the Black Widow, it's important to see how much that benefited her in the long run. Apparently, she beat Angelina Jolie to have the highest payday for Avengers Endgame. In a recent report, it looks like ScarJo has taken the cake once again. The Black Widow actress started her Marvel career in 2010 with Iron Man 2, earning a cool $400,000. Hold on tight though, because her salary increased with each passing movie. By the time Infinity War came around, Johansson had snagged a $15 million paycheck up front. But wait, it gets even better. In Avengers Endgame, the most epic and ambitious Marvel movie to date, Johansson received a whopping $20 million up front, which is $5 million more than her Infinity War paycheck. And that's not all, folks. With bonuses and profits included, her total salary from Endgame amounted to a staggering $35 million. You heard that right, $35 million. This beat Angelina Jolie's previous record for the biggest payday for her work in Maleficent. So, from believing they did everything they needed to do with their characters, to getting too old for the job. This was why Scarlett Johansson and Gwyneth Paltrow think they're done with the MCU.